uh, your problem, if you are failing problem or anything, whatever you think about the course or the subject.
So I think I'm going to have to revise first because
Yes.
I think it's getting a bit easier because you have been repeating about inflectional and derivational. So I still need to revise, to be honest.
Okay. And I have discussed with Lakshman sir also today also, and we are in frequent contact. And
Mm,
I think I heard that some of you have given some feedback to him
mm,
regarding the course, and you are saying it's difficult to understand or something like this. It's not a my intention is to clear the problem. If you have, I just want to know, right? You all are teacher, right? I think
mm.
we all are teacher.
Yeah.
And I've been teaching for 20 years. This is the 20th year I've been teaching, right?
That's a
Uh,
lot.
yeah. And this year I have got lots of feedback
Mm.
from KU, right? So maybe my sword is rusted or something like this, I'm thinking, right? Or the students are from different background, right? I have to revise. I've been working for a long time, and I have simplified also, right? The course
Mm.
is
So
different.
it's not because of what you are teaching us. It's also because of our limitation, because we do not know it. That's why. So I guess that's the only thing. I think eventually we will catch up. We have to
Yeah.
revise, of course.
Yeah. And in our teaching arena, it is said that if student hasn't learned, a teacher hasn't,
Mm.
right? This is our culture also. So I have
I
to
think it's
revise
two ways.
myself,
Student also
right?
has to do something, and it can't just be the teacher's fault. The student has to do something.
Yeah, and whatever I think is that we can openly discuss here, right?
Mm.
Openly, if you cannot understand, you can share with me, right? And we can discuss. It's not a you don't have to worry about me, right? I'm not a such type of traditional teacher who cannot listen for the criticism from the student, right? And is
But
not
you have been trying to help us
us also,
anyway.
right? We can discuss over here. If you have problem, as I said earlier, also individually, I'm somehow available for your conference, right?
Mm.
And you can ask me in the classroom also. And I think I have provided you enough time to discuss in the class also,
Sir,
right?
can I ask something? I know it will be out of, I think it's not right, but what if, let's say during the say, I'd like to study, and if I come across some problem and I email you, will you be able to respond? I know it's
Yeah,
does say
yeah.
you don't have to. I'm just asking.
Yeah, yeah, well, you can ask at any time, right? I will be available. And
Okay,
even if
thank
not
you.
in email, you can call me. I think you have a telephone number, and then I will check my email. Maybe sometime I can be busy. Let's
Yeah,
say
yeah, sure.
busy, right? We will be disturbed by some sort of thing,
Yes,
festive things, right? We can say.
yes, or yeah.
Yeah, I will be available because Dasai is not
Okay,
the Dasai we used to celebrate when we were small. It's
yeah.
some sort of new flavor nowadays, we can say. So, what I heard on, ma'am. I think if you have anything you can share, and let's see, Chetana, ma'am, do you have any feedback? Do you have any complexity to get the idea we are sharing here?
So yes, like whatever Anu ma'am just said, I think it's more or less because we are, at least I am from a non B.Ed background, and I'm sure many of us colleagues also are over here from the same background. So initially, I think I'm facing a lot of challenges in terms of to be able to get used to, even if when you're explaining, if you say the word morphemes, if you use the word syntax, for me it's very difficult immediately for that meaning to come to my mind. I have to go back and have to write it down somewhere so I know, because that's the way, like, okay, this is the meaning of this word, for me to be able to comprehend that. That would be my part. I think if I am not savvy with it, I have to make myself familiar, I feel. But I think overall, linguistics itself is a very I don't know it would be fair to say or not. It is a challenging subject, but we're trying our level best, sir. The only thing is, like, we are not able to submit our, even I have missed my deadline for my assignment. I tried to do it last night. I couldn't think anymore, so I stopped doing it. But I submitted a while ago, but I don't know how much justice I've done to that assignment 2 that you have given to us. I did my questions on noun phrase and compounds.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but anyways, I've submitted it. I've not been able to manage reflections, sir, initially, because in the first week, first 2 weeks, second week, I think I had some issues in my family and I couldn't attend your class. So I missed that part, but I'll try whatever I can do from my side. And yes, like Anu ma'am asked you, I think, yeah, we will ask you for if there is anything that we need clarification, we'll have to try our best. Yeah, initially we faced a problem. We said, linguistics is a very dry subject. We did give our feedback to Lakshman sir, but it doesn't mean that we are trying to say that you are, we're not doing it personally for you, but for us as a subject itself, we found it very challenging. So from that perspective, only we gave feedback to sir. But yes, that's, I think, how it is. I guess the rest you will evaluate us, isn't it, sir?
Yes, I'm not saying that is wrong. You need to give feedback, right? You need to give feedback, and time and again, we have to discuss on the matter and their administration, and they will do something. I'm taking it positively, but if subject is difficult, or if the teaching strategy is not well, or if you are not from that background, or course content itself is difficult, right? There can be many issues, right? So again and again, getting feedback from
Bluetooth mode.
right, and then I'm so much confused whether to handle or whether to go further or not, right? So what to do is, somehow I'm confused, right? To revise course, or to revise it, my teaching strategy, or whatever. I'm somehow sorry.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, this is Shweta.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, can I please submit my assignment tomorrow? Because I didn't get time to do it. So I'll do it tonight, and I'll submit it to you by tomorrow.
Shweta,
हजुर, Chetna ma'am.
you have come with grade 8B Sanskrit.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I'll change and go. I'll come from another device. Actually, I'm going to go out here. Like, I have some work outside. Ani, I'll get back in a while. Can you please relay that message? I'll log in from another device.
Just go.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And
I also haven't submitted the assignment. I have submitted only one. One question's answer I have submitted. I thought that you will complete compound words, then I'll think over and I'll do another one. Other
it's okay, ma'am.
reflection and one question I have submitted. Another one I have not submitted.
Have I missed something?
Okay, Bhuvana madam, do you have anything else to share about the course? About the course, complexity of the course, and my teaching styles also maybe is problematic, right? I have to see something again and again. I am getting some sort of feedback, right, about the course. Maybe some of you wrote to Lakshman sir, and or you contacted him, and you told about this. What's the problem? Let's discuss here, right? It's not offensive. I'm not taking this in other way around. Let's discuss here, because as I said earlier also, if it is difficult, or if my interpretation, my analysis is not comprehensible, we can discuss. I think I have given you enough time also in the classroom, right? But it's a 6th week. We have already finished, and we have around 8-9 to maximum 8 to 9 classes left, right? And still I'm getting that sort of feedback from the department. That's why today I have planned to discuss what is the problem or where is the problem. Is it in the teacher, or is it in the core syllabus, or is it in you, or whatever else, right? Let's openly discuss, right? We all are teacher, we are senior teacher, right? We are not a kids of the schools and so on, right? You can discuss with me if you have whatever you think about me, our course, or something like that. We can discuss here. And some of you, I think 6 of you, haven't shown me even a single write-up till up to now, right? So where is problem? Let's discuss. Is it in the teacher? Is it in me, I mean, or the curriculum, whatever is there? Or maybe most of you are busy. Is it you, or you? And most of you are from not English background, right? Or is it that, or something like that? What is the problem? Where is the problem, in your opinion? Bhuvana madam, just share your idea, opinion about this. And whatever you will say, share here, right? Don't worry to say, don't worry, right? You don't have to worry about this. I have recorded this. I will submit it to Lakshman sir, or is a HOD also. So you will evaluate what is your perspective, or you simply writing email or something like that. I think I have worked hard. I have collected materials also, and I have given enough time also. I have somehow included activities in my class also. I think, right? I think I'm not wrong at all, right? I can be wrong in your opinion without any reservation. Please put forth your idea.
So can I just add one thing? So earlier, like you said, no, what is it the problem? I think, you know, like I told you, at least in my case, I'm sure it might be with others also. At least while we are like, you know, the difficult words like morphemes and syntax, or, you know, any other words that are related to the linguistic part of it, you know. So if you're actually explaining it to us, maybe if you could just tell us at least, because, you know, every time for at least for the first class to second class or third class, every time we come with some technical term which is related to linguistic, it's really difficult to relate to it. So if you could actually explain what it means when you are actually teaching, I think that also would be a bit helpful. Of course, we'll also do our homework after you teach us in class, so that, you know, we are also on page. Because when we're reading a sentence, you know, we would like to keep the, at least I like to keep the meaning in my mind, and then probably, you know, continue to understand the meaning of the whole sentence or the paragraph or whatever the text is in context. So, I mean, I feel if you could do that way, then I think probably it might be a little bit easier for.
Okay, ma'am. I'm asking Bhuvana madam if you have.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, the term is quite difficult, yes. But the book you have uploaded, that English Linguistic Handbook, the term are, I always think that why the terminologies are so heavy there. So why they are not in so simple form. So it is quite difficult to read those books as well. And sometimes, no, actually, I have got the ideas of the linguistic in your class here after reviewing, after listening to the recordings that you have uploaded. So many terms I have understood even from the recording as well. So it is still it is quite difficult, but I think, sir, in the time being will be coping with us with each other.
But we
So
don't have a
that's
lot
all.
of
But
time.
I have submitted the work. I have only this week remains, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Do you have any other thing to say
Uh,
about the class? Give me suggestion, your
sometimes,
feedback also.
sometimes it is quite difficult to understand. Yes, but as you know,
And
we
next
also
thing,
need our
yeah,
time for reading, reviewing the lecture. That is also the matter.
okay.
Maybe in coming days we'll be understanding better, because nowadays we have become familiar with most of the linguistic words and
Yeah, that
terms.
can be the course.
Maybe
Yeah, I
now
think.
that will be easier.
And I think in case of Chaitanya madam, she was absent for in 2 classes, right? That can be a problem. And if you attend the class and you take part in discussion, right, it would be easier for us, right? If you, whenever you will have confusion, why don't you ask me? You ask me promptly. I will answer. I will try to answer your question, right? You have to ask at the time.
Sure, sir.
explanation also, right? Because you don't have to worry, right? I won't beat you. I'm not a that's a teacher like this, right? So
No, nothing like that.
it's free.
I had taken yes, I had taken morning leave because of someone passing away in my family, but I did refer to the PowerPoint that you always put up over there. But sometimes, like, it's not about like going back and referring, but if you could, like, I mean, it's just because I'm speaking for myself. That's probably because my personal learning style. You know, if you know, like, if you use certain technical words, if I know the definition of it, then it makes it
Yes.
easier for me to
Yeah,
understand.
I've noted
That's the only
yeah, that's your what suggestion is good. I know that, right? I've noted this. I'll try
sure, sir.
this one from my next class onward, right? Okay, and next.
Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
one thing, sir, I have worked very hard to present today, and the class started with the comment and suggestion. I'm quite
No, you
positive
will
right
get
now.
you will get chance to present. Don't worry. Still, we are only 14 of we. That's why I'm using this time, right? Because most of your friends are saying that they have problem in electricity or internet, something like this. I've got some calls and messages as well. Maybe I'm waiting. We are only 14, right? Let's wait for a while and then. And who is there next? A, B, C. Hari sir, do you want to share something? Are you listening?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Did we miss like last week attendance? I see myself like absent last week.
Okay, I'll check today. Okay. We all were present, right? I think I forgot to attend. I'll do this today.
How do we check our attendance?
I'm doing
Can we see
myself.
ourselves?
I'm doing myself.
Okay.
Ajendra sir, I want to hear from you some feedback, some I think whatever you feel
Okay.
about the course, classes, right?
Okay. Um, I think if you maybe explain it maybe from different angles, like perspectives, like and also like we've been covering this morphemes for like I think this could be like a fifth week, if I'm not wrong, fourth or fifth week.
Okay, maybe like that.
Yeah. So like we have like 3 hours per class. So for like let's say 15 hours, I think we should have gotten pretty like this topic could have been covered more comprehensively, perhaps. Okay. So what I experienced this few classes is um, like when we reach towards like let's say 7 p.m. or 7:30ish, we don't get like we don't finish the everything like in the slides per se. So we put it for the next week. So definitely there's time issue as well. Um, I don't know how much you intend to finish per week. I mean per session. Um,
We have
but as
16
others
weeks.
mentioned, okay, and others mentioned as well, this topic, I think this course is pretty difficult, perhaps because we don't have that linguistics background, but I think everyone is trying their best. But it's just that it seems like even 3 hours class is not enough sometimes. Um, Sometimes it feels like that. As you
Okay.
mentioned, like you're available outside of class as well, which is good. But we feel, I think, kind of hesitant in asking for more time from like teachers outside of the regular class hours. Uh,
You don't have to worry about that, right? I have also thought, I have time and again tried to convince sir about the difficulties of the syllabus as well and the background of a student itself, right? And next thing, whatever I have thought is that, right, you are most of you are not from English, I B.Ed English, and I have already informed you that the course at B.Ed level is more difficult than this one, right? Because I've been teaching at B.Ed levels also and M.Ed levels also at TU. That's why maybe I have underestimated the thing over here. Maybe that is the case because our assumption is that you need to have some sort of background, but I have time and again I have simplified the course whatever is here, right? For example, there are too many theories. I have skipped so many theories. For example, in this Bob also there are valency theories and so many other theories. In this compounding also it has some theories also. I have skipped everything here to simplify the course, and still you are sending feedbacks. That means regarding the difficulties of the course, right? And so I am worried. Maybe there can be my fault, or maybe you are not using, or you are not working yourself also, or maybe there are many there can be many things, in my opinion. That's why uh, after the second word, we are again trying to revise the course, right? Whatever is there, the remaining part. But before this, what I want to request you that there are the slides also. Before you come to the class, please go through the slide and you will have concept, right? And we all have internet access. For example, if you are unaware about the definition of morpheme, you can search in internet. If you just write morpheme, you can get hundreds of definitions, for example, right? And in this way also we can go ahead, and the book, whatever we have uploaded in the Moodle, it is prescribed by university. That's why I've given another one also, if you have difficulties. But you don't have to read that thoroughly. If you feel difficulty, you can search elsewhere also. There are hundreds of books in the internet. And if you cannot find, I can help you also. So in this way also, we can minimize our difficulties, right? And if you come empty
Sir, sorry to interrupt you,
without
sir.
going to the text, and if you even do not write, for example, 6 or 7 of you haven't submitted anything till now, it means you don't have time also. Not only the difficulties, I don't think it's because of difficulties, you don't have time, right? So time management is your problem, right? You have to solve it. It means you have to allocate time. And I have heard that you have done everything in Lakshman sir's course. You have submitted, all of you have submitted. And why you are not submitting here? Even if that is wrong, whatever you have heard, you can write something, right? Even 1 page, 2 pages, right? Doesn't matter. Most of you are simply writing about my course, right? And but you are not writing to me. Why don't you write me instead of writing Lakshman sir or somebody else, right? As I said, I'm always available, and 3 or 4 of you have already contacted me, and I have tried to clear some misunderstanding or some problems in the course as well, right? We have sat and we have discussed for about 2 to 3 hours also, right? So why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you contact me? And why didn't you sit with me if you have problem, right? Instead of writing Lakshman sir, you can discuss with me, right? I won't do anything wrong, right? There won't be any type of compromise, right? I won't take that offensively. That is my suggestion for you, right? Because you are not a small kid, you are grown up, you are teacher, you are responsible teacher, you know what a teacher can do. That is my opinion, right? If you have problem, that's, as I said earlier, in each and every class I say, please, if you have problem, right? I've given you phone number also. We can sit in our Zoom also, right? Come with your problem, right? If you have problem. Now I'll try to what? Explain, right? And try to illustrate wherever you have problem. I'm always available. Then why are you worried to contact me, right? Have I said or not? You know that. If you have problem, tell me, right? It's at each and every time, right? You can contact me, we can sit together and we can discuss about the subject matter. And as I said you, and you know that you can yourself also evaluate, this course is not like other. For example, literature, in writing, almost all the terminologies are common. But in linguistic, for example, you might not have heard morpheme, for example. Then you need to remember what morpheme is. There's no other way out, for example. Geromorph, allomorph, for example, right? And optimality theory, for example. It means, I mean to say that terminology of linguistic, if you are not from linguistic backgrounds, are definitely new for you. But what we can do, we have to memorize something. And you need to, as I said earlier, maybe you are giving suggestion to your students. Before we start class, please go through the text and come with questions, queries, and we can discuss, right? And in our class also, I have given you time. If you have any, do you have any question? I have said again and again, but you don't say anything here, right? Yep, very minor questions over here. And simply, what do you do? You just say, is it difficult? Is it difficult? Difficult? Tell me, or tell our Lakshman sir also. What is the problem here? We cannot skip linguistic. You know that. Still, I'm complaining that it doesn't have phonetics and phonology. That is the backbone of linguistic. And today also, I just talk about this. Talk to him. So uh, I still want to hear Ashraful sir from Bangladesh. What is your observation about the course, class, and your own time you have devoted for this? Is it the problem of teacher? Is it the problem of course? Is it your own problem? What is this? Let's discuss.
Sir, frankly speaking, uh, the thing that happens to me is that that class is good to me. Like the previous classes, you are just describing a single item repeatedly and trying your best to make it easy for us. And those of us who have some sort of linguistics background, that means those who go through this course earlier, or some topics of this course, we feel that some topics are very much familiar. In my case, I get some topics are familiar to me, as I have got a course in my honors on linguistics. That was just an introductory course, and it helps me to get the course in some respects. But in some cases, some topics are not familiar to me. And from the last 2 weeks, I really struggling to manage time, my study time and my work time. Because the new session has been started in my college, and that's why I become busy with some extra work related to my profession. And hope it will be overcome very soon, and then I will be in the right track again, inshallah, very soon, sir. This is what I'm feeling, and I think that if I'm able to manage enough time to study, then I will cover it up. And I'm planning to do the new work within this coming vacation. I hope I'll manage it, sir.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, sir, for not submitting the last assignments due to my the load of my college. This is the thing that I'm going through.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Is that all? Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Zina, madam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to hear from you also. Where is the problem? In teacher, in syllabus, or in student?
I think it's because we don't have the base regarding the subject. So what I thought of right now is what we can do is maybe you can give us a set of important words, and then maybe we can find out its definition or the terms, what it means. Maybe we can find out that, and maybe we can make a small list of words, important words, and then we can work on that. Maybe it will make our understanding easier. Maybe you can send us the important words, and we will research, and maybe we can discuss about it. I think it will help since we don't have the base. So I think the main thing is that we don't have the base. And I do see that you have been trying hard. Like you bring up different videos, and you've been trying to say the same. Like make us understand. But I think the main problem here could be that we don't have the base, and we need to learn the terms. So maybe we can work on that. You can send the
Okay.
important terms.
Sir, I would like to add to what Gina just said. Am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, I think what Gina is saying is correct. Now, you've been really trying hard to make us understand, but we don't have that base.
Yes, it's okay, ma'am. I'm not
Since
your criticism. I want to.
we're not from the linguistic. Like any, if we get a set of vocabulary words, because we don't know the jargon. So if we are aware of, the jargons, the important jargons, then maybe we'll be able to contemplate what is being taught to us. So it's not just, it's not like it's not the teacher. I think it's the content of the curriculum or the syllabus. Because since we are not from the background, I think it's difficult for us to understand and contemplate what is happening. I think that is the problem here.
Yeah, I only hear the holistic problem. We cannot understand, right? And if you simply, I'm not worried to hear your complaint because I don't claim I'm I'm the best teacher in the world or I know everything. My teaching style is excellent. I don't say that, right? There can be problem, right? Maybe I'm not handling or I'm not dealing the thing I need to do, right? But if you simply say holistic complaint is difficult. We don't know, and then there will be question, right? Question in teacher also, question in course also. If you have to say, I'm not worried. I won't be angry, right? While listening to criticism, I'm ready to hear because you all are mature teacher, right? Like me, and we have to hear this because it helps us to improve ourselves also. I'm ready to improve myself, right? I can have lots of flaws also, but my
Um,
intention is that if you devote enough time also, and if you discuss with me here, right, and if you let me to know your problem, right, it would be better, and I can solve this, right?
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can I suggest one thing?
Yes, sir.
With regards to time management, definitely we have a lot of things going on with regards to courses. Besides this course, we have other courses as well, and
Yeah.
too many things to do. But in this class, with regards to time management, so let's say just a suggestion.
Yeah.
So let's say you intend to teach like under morpheme, just an example. So inflection and derivation, for example. So maybe you can say, okay, I'm going to teach like inflection from 4:30 until maybe 6 o'clock or something. Or maybe I'm just saying, depending on how many topics you intend to cover. So we can spend all that time into discussing about that topic, and maybe just I'm just kind of like, I don't know if it is making sense. Um, so spending more time in the topic, maybe you can bring things from different perspective, or you mentioned about theories. Even those we can cover from starting from the basic things, simple things. Uh, you know, so maybe.
Okay, Krishna Datta, can you hear me? Can you, would you share your observation? Krishna Datta, Krishna ji,
Yes, sir. Sir,
what's your
namaste, sir.
observation? Yeah, you haven't submitted anything, and
Good
I'm
afternoon.
telling again, good afternoon again and again, and maybe you might have some problem. What's the
Yeah, sir, I emailed you that I'm having a lot of works in my college. New session started and they want me to do a lot of things. And as this subject is very new for me, I didn't have it in my honors and master's level. So the words are very new for me. Whenever I'm going to read it, I have to go back again and again what is actually the word means. So as I said that I will submit you, but I couldn't because a lot of complexities I feel. And as you said that, yes, I tried to consult you also, and you gave me feedback. Even then, it's all about my own study. If I don't study and if I don't try to understand by myself, so I think that nobody can make me understand. So I think I need time, and it will be favorable for me if you give me more time to understand the course, the handbook. I have to read, I have to study, and I'm studying, no, but it's my problem. It's not your teaching problem or anything. I think it's my problem, and we should take our own responsibility. That I cannot track you. It's my own fault that I cannot track you. It's my inability. Uh, Yes, I'm trying my best. And you said that we submitted everything to Lakshman sir because his subject is very easy, and we have been teaching these things. I have been teaching these things like 15 years, so these are very known to me. Writing and reading and writing, and also prose and other things are very very favorite to me. But linguistic was not my subject, and I don't know anything about this. So this is very new. I'm struggling, and you are also struggling to make me understand all these things. So I'm really grateful to you. I think that yes, I can submit today, but time is going on. Time is going on. Today whole day I'm reading. I'm studying minimalist program. I have to understand these things. There are a lot of things, so I'm struggling. I think I can cover it up. This weekend, this vacation, I will try to utilize, and I think next day you will not be able to tell me that yes, you didn't submit anything. So hopefully I'll do it.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you.
Arifil sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. I just want to hear some
What should
of
I
your
say? Actually,
opinion.
I'm one of those six, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm really sorry, sir. I mean, for me, you are asking me those things actually, sir. Actually, I started this subject on 2006. After this, I was disconnected to those subjects. So that's why I'm finding it a little bit difficult. And another thing is that I'm a little bit perfectionist when I'm study something.
Yeah.
I always want to be a perfectionist, or get the perfection on this topic. So when I started your subject, I felt that I need a lot of time to study the topics by myself. Then I was thinking of completing the other subjects first. Then when I found that there are some holidays on the shine, so I have a plan to study your subject on the shine all over the time, because I will have also my holidays in my workplace. So, and my colleague is kind of he studied linguistics, so I can take help from him, and even I can knock you because you are so cooperative. You send me mails, and I found it that you are really feel about us actually.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Uh, I mean, my question is that do you expect anything more from me? If you expect, right? For example, as some of your friends said, I need to tell some terminology, or I need to explain that more than I am doing right now, and something like that. If you have any other expectation, you can share with me, right? I'll try my best to incorporate your feedback, right? I'm not taking, as I said time and again, I'm not taking this in offensive way, right? If you provide me critical comment, then I can improve, right? The way I'm doing right now in my classroom. That's the thing. I think Nasla ma'am, we talk today also. Navina madam, could you share your observation? What is your expectation, or what's
Hello.
done in the classroom?
So can you hear me?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, my problem is that actually in your classes, I feel like
you know, many things are not so what to say, mm, like mm, like explained properly for me, for my understanding, sir. And whenever I just go to, like, you know, start my assignment and all, and then my head spins because I just hardly get some things, you know, like um, you say like you need to write these many words and all, and I can't catch up that many words when I need to write, and it be like many times 300 words or 200, 400 words only. So
Okay.
I have messaged you also.
Is that all?
Yes, sir.
I think, okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sanju, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, do you expect anything more or whatever we have to change, or you need uh, some sort of other thing, whatever I have to incorporate in the class to make you understand? Is there any problem in the class?
Sir, I still can't figure out what the problem is because since you are explaining again and again, and I'm also giving uh, so much of time in this subject, though I'm not catching up the things you are giving, so I don't figure out what the problem is. And you every time you're asking that if you have any problem, please ask. And sometimes what happened with me is like I don't I can't understand like what to ask and from which part to ask questions. So I don't know, so what is happening. And I take really I really need more time like to understand a topic. So now for a few days I'm just working on inflection and derivation.
Yeah.
So I think I need more time to understand the topics.
Okay, is that all you, whatever you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
And who is left? Tirtha, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Could you share your observation till up to now, how our class is going on, or something like that? Difficulty face,
Uh,
the change I
to
have
be,
to bring
to
in my class.
be very, to be very frank, I am the new student in this subject, and uh, I should study from the grassroots level, and actually, which is not done by me. And next complexity, what I have found is that I'm a bit busy from the very beginning also.
Yeah.
And what Lakshman sir does is that whenever he teaches something, and after giving the task, and he offers us so many examples while teaching also, he gives so many examples and the references, and whenever he gives homework also, he offers many examples. And linguistic, I don't know, due to the complexity of the subject or something else, uh, actually I think we are not getting such illustrations, references, and samples, and so I am feeling a bit more difficult to go along with this course. And now I am planning to study something during my this vacation, but I don't know. I am not sure whether I can cover up or not.
Okay. Is that all, sir? Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your comment. Geeta, madam? She was there, but I think,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, sir.
Geeta has texted me a few minutes ago and saying to inform you that she is facing trouble regarding internet issue. Poor internet
Okay.
connection is her locality, and that's
Okay.
why she
Okay,
is
thank you.
unable to speak, sir.
Yeah, it's okay. We have 15 only today. And I heard your suggestion as well. And I also want to suggest you something. That is, our course is definitely it is dry also. And if you are not from B.Ed background of Triveni University or Kathmandu University, it's difficult also. We know that. There is no question, right? But it's not so much difficult as well. Because
Excuse me, sir.
we're talking about what is inflection, how words are formed, what are word classes, right? And we all know that. Everything to master everything is not possible. But what you need to know is what is word class. That's simple. And simply remembering or memorizing some criteria for class, for example, under different headings is also not difficult. I know that. And what, for example, to define morpheme is also not difficult, right? And type of morpheme is also not difficult. I don't think so that. So one is, before you attend the class, you can download my slide there. You just download and go through them, because right, until and unless the horse is thirsty, right, nobody can what make it drink water. So you need to work. What you need to do is simply go through slide, simply go through the slide and just realize that what is important there, or what is difficult there, and what is easy. It doesn't take more than 15 to 20 minutes, because in writing course, in Lakshman sir class, it is very easy. Writing essay, writing paragraph, right? It's not a difficult thing. Many things are very common, as Krishna ji said, right? And literature, in literature also, you can guess characters there. You can easily remember the plot over there, the climax over there, resolution over there, right? But linguistic, right? It is less applicable in our real life. It is applicable only in academic area. That's why you cannot relate and remember easily. That's why, please, before attending the class, it's my request, right? Go through the slide, at least slide. And do not read that book thoroughly, whatever is uploaded there. First of all, go through the slide, and whatever you think is difficult, only try to clear the thing from that book. Or you can use the internet also, right? Do not search, do not surf, lot of thing here and there. Simply, I have made this slide in considering that selection and gradation, everything is there. And if something is not clear for you, as I suggested earlier, then only you go to the textbook and surf in internet, right? And even after that, if you cannot get the thing, you can contact me, right? As I said, I'm always available, right? I will entertain your telephone also, and you can mail me also. You can use any other medias, right? So we can discuss the thing over there, right? And if just running away from the thing doesn't help you, because as I said earlier, the course at B.Ed level in TU is more difficult than this. I myself handling the same course there, right? But all of you have very good English. You are speaking very good English, and what you are so much curious also. All of you speak here very good language, but you are still saying that it's difficult and difficult and difficult. But into you, right? Their fluency, their language, right? I think it's really poor there, but still they can cope. But why don't you cope this thing, understand this thing? And my observation is that most of you are busy, not only from other discipline, most of you are busy and you are not going through the thing. Slide also, I think, right? I'm not blaming, some of you are doing well, right? You need to go through the slide at least, slide and video once. You can play the video and you can do your other job also, except reading and writing, right? You can do that one. And at the time I can help you, right? Whenever you have problem, when something strikes you, let me know, we can discuss, right? And as I said earlier, I won't be too much theoretical, I'll be practical, right? But you know, the virtual class has some limitations, right? Teaching literature, teaching writing, for other it is very easy, right? But linguistic is somehow like mathematics, and we need to write some things, some script over there, and I cannot show you that. For example, pronunciations and so many other things, right? So all of a sudden, I can't create that here because it takes time. That is problem also. That can be one problematic area. But as far as possible, right, as you gave me some feedback regarding terminology, right, I will do this one. I'll use this, right? I will provide you enough time to discuss. But all the time I have asked you, do you have any question? Do you have any question, right? But you remain silent then. So, but in some areas you ask unnecessary questions also. As I said, simply we focused on the topic, whatever is there, right? If you try to explore other things, because linguistic has so many things, right? And we will be somehow out of track also. For example, if I'm talking about morpheme, just simply ask about what is morpheme and how can we distinguish morpheme from words. That can be genuine questions. And if you fly in the sky, right, then it's difficult to handle the thing. So that is my suggestion, right? And we can handle, and we will try to we'll try to simplify the course later, right? After the say, we are planning to sit together with Lakshman sir and Tikaram sir, and I'll just invite some people also, right? I mean a scholar for about 4%, right, in my class. I'll invite them and you can observe their classes also. For example, Tikaram sir also, I'm planning to invite him as a guest speaker, right? Similarly, there are other scholars from Kathmandu University and other universities. I'll invite them and you will see what they would do in their classroom also. That's why my suggestion is that you can observe well, right? You can observe well. I mean, you can diagnose the problem area also. That can be my problem. That can be problem of course also. That can be your problem, right? And many other things, right? Whenever you give feedback, clearly write that. Clearly write the problem. If you are informing it to me, it's okay. You can tell me. Don't worry to share. Don't worry to criticize me. I'm ready to hear you. And similarly, when you write some feedback, some comment also, clearly mention this. Where is the problem? For example, if you're writing Lakshman sir, clearly write, right? Where is the problem? What is problematic area? Then he can solve this. If you simply say it is difficult, I cannot understand, then he also cannot solve this. So he should know where is the problem. Is teacher problematic? Is the course problematic? Or is your discipline problematic? Or if your business problematic, right? Many things can be there. That's why if I can solve your problem, let me know. I'll solve in the classroom. Here we can discuss. And if I cannot solve this, right? If you think I cannot solve that, if you think I don't have the remedy for that, you just inform Lakshman sir, he will solve this, right? And to be frank, I suggest you that clearly tell me where is the problem. If you cannot understand also, you just tell me, right? And as I said, if that is beyond my capacity, you can talk to Lakshman sir and he will help you, right? But you need to also work, right? You need to ask me, you need to tell me first, and then we can go ahead, right? And I think I have simplified this course a lot, right? Because I have left many theories that I was supposed to do, and I'm so much, right, concentrated on the matters Okay, what's the problem here? Okay, let's not discuss about this too much. Again, I'll come to the point. Who is going to present today?
Well, I'm I'm ready with it.
Otherwise, right, you're that lever, right? Your hard work would be what? Revisited later. Okay, who's that? Oh, okay. Ma'am, you can share your slide and you can start.
So am I the host, sir? Can I share?
Yeah, you can share.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And one more criticism, whatever I heard is that, right? Lakshman sir said me, I made you present on the new topic. Did I do that? I don't think so. You are presenting after me. First of all, I present here, right? We discussed in the class, and I have asked you to present that, right? But Lakshman said that I'm assigning the thing, right? Without prayer or on the new topic, right? I'm not doing that. I think nobody got the such topic, new topic. I mean, and are you sharing?
Yes, sir. Shall I start? Or since you have been talking, so I just.
No, no. Please share your slide.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Time.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah.
The hot discussion, sir. So I'm sorry, sir. Shall I start?
Okay. Okay. Please go on.
Okay. Good evening, sir, and my dear classmates. And this is the first presentation of mine in this linguistic class, and this is submitted to our Kumar sir. And it's me, Bhuwana Joshi, Kathmandu University, M.Ed ELT. And my topic is inflectional and derivational morphemes. And first of all, I would like to thank Kumar sir for providing this opportunity to present on this topic. Uh, and I think this is the best platform to share what we have understood or experienced in our learning. Thank you, sir. Shall I start?
Okay.
So
Okay. Please.
let's begin with the term morphology and morpheme. So morphology is the study of internal structure of words or lexemes. These morphology actually studies any functional or grammatical parts of a word that is meaningful both in lexical and in phonemes. So it is a study of word formation or morphemes or how they are arranged. And as for morpheme, the fundamental concept in morphology is morpheme. And that this is what we are going to discuss in today's presentation here. So it is as defined by Yule in 2010 page, it is in page number 67, I guess. Morpheme is a minimal unit of meaning or grammatical function. So this is a definition. So according to that, morpheme can be any word, any small unit of meaningful unit in a language, and these morphemes cannot be broken down into any meaningful bits. So here things to note down here are the most morphemes in English language are mostly they are the to denote plural nouns is, or to change the class, or sometimes to describe adjectives like er, ed. These all are suffixes and prefixes. So these are the most common morphemes in English language. And these morphemes are affixed to the root or the stem word. So here we have all the roots are stem. All the roots are same, but all the stems are not roots. So this is what we have understood here. The second stem here, unhappily, here we have three morphemes here, on, happy, and ILY. There are three morphemes. So affix is here on, and the stem. On, actually there are three morphemes, but in this word, happily is one stem, and on, it has been added as a prefix, so it is of affix here. And as happily is a stem word which is already there, a suffix here ILY. it is a stem word, but actually the root word is happy, where ly has been added as a derivational morpheme. So happy is actually a root word. So the second stem here, happy, is a root, so it cannot be further divided into morpheme. So stem can be divided, but more root word cannot be divided into any into other smaller units. So how many morphemes do we have in these words? So how many? This is a word dog. So it is. It doesn't have any other smaller. It is in itself one unit morpheme. So it is one morpheme. Cat. It's one morpheme. Cats. As we see, cats. It seems like one word, but in this word also there is a combination of cat and yes. So s denotes here the plural. So S is a morpheme added to the lexical word cat. So in this word, we can say there are two morphemes here. So category, we can, some may think that category can be of two morphemes, but actually it is a one single morpheme, since we cannot divide it into any single, into other we cannot break it down into two because when we do it like a category, if we add the prefix izd, it becomes two morphemes word, categorize. And categorize, here we have three morphemes. Category, izd is a suffix, and another suffix that is a past form to denote past form, d has been added. So it has three morphemes: category, izd, another unit, and d. Same like that. Overestimating, this is another word. It seems longer word, but it has three morphemes in it: over, estimate, and ing. So ing is here denoting progressive. So over, it's has been added. I guess it is not prefix, but it has been added as a prefix. So it is three morpheme words. So another word we have is anti-disestablishment. So it has four morpheme here: anti-disestablishment. So these are the morphemes we can see. We can break the word into and see how many morphemes it has. But basically in these words like receive, reduce, bound, although re seems to be a prefix added to it, but it is not. It is a single word morpheme, receive. Because when we erase this re, it becomes only sieve and it doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't stand alone. So it is not. It is only a one word, one morpheme, one unit. So these are called bound items. So let's talk about the types of morphemes here. Morphemes have two types. It is divided into two parts, that is free and bound morphemes. And free morphemes are also divided into or categorized into two parts, that is lexical and functional. And bound morphemes are also categorized into two, inflectional and derivational. So let's talk about free morpheme first. So free morphemes are short morphemes. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam. Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Free morphemes are short morphemes that can stand alone as individual words in English, like they are the single words that can be of any noun, verb, or from the lexical word, or from free morpheme we can create new words. Like let's take an example of cat, dog, like sleep. They are the free morphemes. We can create new words with that word. So these free morphemes are also two types, like lexical morphemes. These are open class morphemes. They can stand alone, and we can create new word, a new noun, new verb, even new verb with it. Like let's take an example of go. It is a word verb, but as we have heard the word Google, so it has been a common phenomenon nowadays. So Google is also a new word that has been created by adding few, some like morphemes. So lexical morphemes are open class. They are the free morphemes, and they can stand alone without any help of other smaller units of morpheme and with the help of them. So it can be created, new words can be created. And the word class offer these lexical morphemes, maybe noun, like noun, any nouns, verbs, so adjectives. So these are the pre-morphemes here. And another types of morpheme is functional morphemes. So functional morphemes are free morphemes. They are also free morphemes, but that serve for more like a grammatical purpose, linking together the words in a sentence. So they have a purpose for serving grammatical purpose. So these functional morphemes are prepositions. So in the lexical, let's see that lexical morphemes are more related with the noun, verb, and adjectives, whereas functional morphemes are related with preposition, conjunction, and articles. So these are the functional morphemes which serve more like a which serve grammatical purpose to link the words, to join together the words in a sentence. And since these functional morphemes are closed class, they are closed class that cannot accept new member or that cannot invent any new word, like new preposition or new conjunction, whereas the lexical morphemes can create a invent new word. But functional, since it is a closed class, it cannot invent any new word. So this is the free morphemes. Now another we have is bound morphemes. So bound morphemes are the major types of morphemes that cannot stand alone as individual words. These bound morphemes are termed as especially as affixes, such as prefixes and suffixes. Uh, Here we have the prefixes like on, pre, re. These are the prefixes which are affixed to the word. If we take these units apart from the word, these units become meaningless. So they don't have the meaning of their own. So since similarly suffixes like ly, iv, these are the suffixes we add at the end of the word. And to especially these bound morphemes are used to change the class and even to change the meaning. So bound morphemes can change the form of the word, but it may preserve the same word class, or it can change the word class or both the meaning. So this is the bound morpheme. And bound morpheme, also we have two types of bound morphemes are there. One is inflectional and another one is derivational morpheme. So inflectional morpheme, what is inflectional morpheme? So inflectional morphemes are the functional affixes. Okay, these are the units. These functional affixes are actually determined by the other units of the sentence in the sentence. So functional affixes are determined by the different words in the sentence and they change the form. So it cannot create, but inflectional morphemes cannot create a new word, but it depends on the grammatical context. So these
Yes, yes.
morphemes are have grammatical role in language, and they do not have the capacity to create a new word, as I said earlier. And also they cannot change the category of the word class, but uh, they can change the meaning. They can change the meaning, but they can retain the same form. They don't change its form. They depend on the grammatical context, and uh, they change their form only with the limited exponents. Like these, they have only 8 limited exponents here to change their form. So as we see here in this sentence, I have got one sentence here. C performs at the concert every month. Here we have this performs. Here we have added affix. This is morpheme because this is the demand of the sentence. C is there, third person singular, and since the sentence at the concert every month, so it denotes the present time. So it is the demand of the sentence. So this affix this prefix has been affixed to the verb perform. So this is the only way to tell the sentence. So if we write performance or other performer, then it becomes, the sentence becomes the meaningless here. So another example I have here is he's performing tonight. So it is also conditioned by grammar. So inflectional morphemes are conditioned by grammar and they change the form, not the word class. So inflectional morphemes modify especially the tense and aspects of tenses or mood, person or verb, number or gender or case, and these without affecting the word's meaning or class. I think I made mistake. I said meaning. Sorry. So only these. It has only 8 components, mostly 5 components, but I have included here 8 components, elements here. So plural is possessive to denote singular noun. To denote plural noun, we add s to the noun. So it is also one element to change the form of the word. And also third person singular, here it is we add with the third person singular, this is also one element. And for to denote past action, we add units like d or ed. These are also the elements of inflectional morphemes. Past participle, like for en, this is the unit we use in a word. We change the form of verb according to the demand of the sentence, and for the comparative and superlative degrees of an adjective, we use er or est. So these are also the elements, the exponents of inflectional morphemes that helps change the form of the verb according to the grammatical role or need. So I have this picture. I have borrowed it from English Linguistic Handbook. So here in this diagram, we can see word class, noun, and the form is plural. So to make the plural noun, we add s, and the pronunciation also we use z. And for just like the mugs, spas, books. So here pronunciation and also the form has been changed, but it retains the same word class. So these are the exponent of morphemes. In the verb, word class is verb. If it is with the third person singular, we add s. So these are the exponents to denote third person singular or V5. So these are the past actions. So we use ed and d. These are the exponents we use in the word. We affix with the word to denote different gender, noun, case, and even the possessive, and to show the tense, the mood and aspects of tense, and even the degrees of comparison and superlative degrees. So next we have is derivational morphemes. So derivational morphemes are also bound morphemes. So but derivational morphemes, although they are bound, they serve to create new words, and they have the capacity to change the word class and also the lexical category of the word class, and also they can change the meaning. So derivational morphemes are the prefixes like pre, on, anti, re, suffix, and the suffixes like ly, iv. These are the prefixes and suffixes we use as derivational morphemes uh, to the word to change the word class and also to invent to create a new word. So, but these derivational morphemes are not conditioned by grammatical as in the inflectional morphemes. In inflectional morphemes, it is more conditioned by the grammar. So here I have one interesting thing I have found here. The most important thing here we have to consider is all prefixes in the derivational. These prefixes These prefixes like free, on, unti, these are prefixes, derivational prefixes. But although these prefixes are derivational morphemes, but these derivational morphemes, these all derivational morphemes are not prefixes. Like I have got this example here, reuse. Although the word in the word reuse, re, it seems like a morpheme, single unit, but it is not, because reuse is itself is one morpheme word. So sorry, in reuse, this re is a derivational morpheme, because even when we break it, this use becomes meaningful. So it is the re has been used as against. So again, in the sense of again, so it is a derivational morpheme here. But in this other word, revise, this word revise, although these vise also has a different meaning, but revise and vise has two different meanings. So this revise is a one single morpheme, and re is not a prefix here, so it is a bound item here. So if you remember any such word which has derivational morpheme but not prefixes, so it is, please think about it and let's discuss. So I have got some examples of English derivational morphemes here. Like we can change noun into adjective. So we can change noun class into adjective. Like alcohol, we can make it alcoholic. We can change verb into noun, adjective into adverb, and adjective into noun. So similarly, verb into adjective and noun into noun. We can also change the same word class, but we can change the meaning. Like now, friend is also noun, friendship is also noun, but we have added ship. We have the suffix here ship, but these, although these two words are the same word class, these two words belong to same word class, they have two different meanings. So similarly, verb, we can also change the verb uh, to give a different meaning, to create a new word, like cover, recover. Similarly, adjective into adjective we can change by simply adding prefix here in. So there are different typology of derivational morphemes, morphology, like words can be derived. So using the various morphemes, word can be derived, or we can change, we can form a new word, or create a new word on the basis of especially two criteria under derivational morphology. It is, one is category preserving derivational morpheme, or category maintaining derivational morpheme, and category changing derivational morpheme. In what, let's see, in category preserving derivational morpheme, we can now form a new word, preserving the same word class, maintaining the same word class, but we can change the meaning of the word by adding some prefixes or suffixes, like noun into noun, just we have discussed earlier, verb into verb. So these are the category preserving derivational morphemes. So we create a new word, we form a new word, but we preserve the same word class, but there is a change in the meaning. So another some example of CPDM, that is category preserving derivational morphology. We have here the prefixes. When we add prefixes like anti and on these prefixes, the category remains the same, and but the meaning becomes meaning is changed. Like slavery is also noun. When we add anti as a prefix, it becomes anti-slavery, and although we have added prefix, the word is the same noun class. So this way we can add prefixes to preserve, to maintain the same word class, but we can bring the different meaning. And other some examples of CPDM is like these are the suffixes. Earlier we discussed about the prefixes. Now these are the suffixes. So these suffixes also affix to these words to bring out, to create a new word, and to new word in a sense that gives a new meaning, but it retains the same class. And another we have is category changing derivational morpheme, that is CCDM. So according to this type, we derive new words, changing the word class from one class to another class by adding suffixes and prefixes. In CPDM, we add suffixes and prefixes to give a new meaning, but retaining the same, preserving or maintaining the same word class. Whereas in this CCDM, we add suffixes and prefixes to bring out, to invent a new word and also to give a new meaning. So this is CCDM. I have some example here. Adjective, like we can change adjective into noun. If we affix IJD suffix to the word legal, legal is an adjective, it becomes legalized noun. So this way, by adding suffixes and prefixes, we can change the word from one class to another. And obviously, it also gives a different meaning. So this is CCDM. Like we can change verb into adjective, or we can change verb into noun. This way, we use derivational morpheme to change the word class, to maintain the same word class but bring the new meaning. And these are some examples of CCDM. Like for changing verb to noun, we can add suffixes like a, aze, al, anc. These all are suffixes, are the small units of morphemes which cannot stand alone and which do not have their meaning of their own. They need to be affixed with the verb or noun or the other word class. So these are the other examples of CCDM, like a verb can be adjective and adjective can be verb by adding these different suffixes. And this is the activity, I think. Hello, sir. I have one small activity here.
Okay,
Hello.
you can go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I have one. Just let me. I'll Am I sharing right now? I have stopped sharing.
Okay, you have to share. It hasn't been till now.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, let me send you a link in the chat box. There is a link in the chat box. Now, before you start that, let me tell you one thing. Here, one thing before you play that game, you please remember these things, that what types of morphemes are used for inflectional morphemes, and especially these morphemes are used for inflectional morphemes, and for derivational morphemes. Okay. Okay, these are the derivational morphemes. So the smaller units, please keep these things in your mind, and uh, please, happy playing now. You can start. Let me go to that. So, have you started? Hello? Have you playing started? Have you started playing, sir? Anybody?
Yep.
Mind cancelled?
Yes,
Only
I'm
what's wrong?
about to start.
Okay.
Yes, me too.
Okay, please go on. I think enjoy. I guess you can play. I tried it alone
Which
before in
list
the
has all
afternoon.
words with
It worked
derivational
well.
morphemes?
Am I supposed to play? I think I should share. Rajan, you sir. Last time you did it.
Yes, we can play the game.
No, you can play the game, okay, but I cannot see who else are playing here. Can I see that? Okay, let me see. It has started just now. Yeah.
You can go to the leaderboard, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Mine got cancelled. Let me try again.
Okay. Can you play?
Buana,
Hazur?
is it individual or we are going to play in a
No,
group?
no. Actually, you can also play individual. Once I have shared link, no, but I have to do something here so that I can also see who else are playing. And okay, I have got it. Yes. Fine.
So do I need to join the group?
Yeah, just a minute. I will send you a link. No?
Okay, okay.
No. Why did that? Please go ahead. Go on playing. Let's see. Created. Okay, here. Okay, now I got it. Will you please, can I share the link again?
Uh, mine is
Just a
done.
minute. I have got here.
Yeah, okay, you can share now.
Okay, because if I do this, then we can see each other. So I think this one, mine one, the previous one I have included in the. Oh, you have already done check now. Wow, how fast! Is it clear? Okay, congratulations, Anu. What about now? Gina ji. Gina, Arif. Only three of you. I don't see many. So, thank you, sir. This is it. I think I have done with my presentation.
Okay, thank you,
Maybe
ma'am.
you have
Is there any question? Is
Thank
there
you,
any
sir.
question for her? Do you want to ask any question? Anybody? About morpheme, right? We can discuss right now also because she has covered almost all the issue we discussed in our last class. Is there anything? Please
Excuse
read.
me, sir.
Yes, please.
So I was kind of confused about. I kind of like I think I missed it, but Google it was kind of confusing.
Rajendra sir, can
Yes.
I have, I have heard, I was on YouTube and it says, that lexical form like root form, go is a root form, right? So,
Madam, would you share your
pre-morpheme
slide?
can,
Bhuvana, madam,
yes, sir.
please share your that slide where Rajendra sir is asking question. Maybe
Okay.
he's asking about lexical word,
It,
pre-morpheme.
I think it is pre-morpheme.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of confused how Go becomes Google.
No,
No,
you
no.
can create a new word. I have understood that way.
I think
Yeah.
she meant new noun as in Google, new verb as in go. Is that what you meant? Like
New
go?
now Google is a new search engine. It is the name of a new search engine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So pre-morpheme can be, they are open class. They can stand alone, and we can even create a new word, new noun, new verb. It means.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I
have
was just
understood
curious,
that.
like, what's the relationship
Yeah.
between Go and Google? That's what
No,
I'm.
no, it's not related. She's not saying that. Whatever we
Okay.
coined, right? New word, You can see the word here. Oh, open class, right? Lexical's class is open class in the sense that if we coin for any new name, for example, my name is Kumar, and Kumar is, if it is new name, it comes under lexical item, right? Rajendra comes under this. Any new word, right? Any industry, for example, if they coin word, right, it comes under lexical item because it's
Okay.
open.
Okay, sir.
Functional one is
So,
closed.
sir, just
You cannot add member in article
yeah,
and preposition, right?
I have remember, sir, when I was watching that for this class, I have that person. He was giving a lecture, and he said that any new word, if that becomes, what is it? That becomes a common phenomenon. That becomes a new word. Like in our Nepali culture, in our Nepali context now, we have adopted many new words from English language. So that same way in English also new words can be formed, like English words, they have taken many new Indian words. Hello.
Okay, yeah, I think that is like normalization.
Yes, I guess so. Maybe I
Okay.
have no word for that, but
Okay.
when that becomes more habitual to the people, when people use it more commonly, then it becomes a new word, new verb. I guess I have understood in that sense. Thank you, sir.
Rajendra sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
C
that's
means
fine, sir.
that, yeah, yeah, I want to add something over there. Means any new word, for example, whatever is coined, right, that falls under lexical item, right? And it can be verbs also. For
Yes.
example, Google was noun when it was coined, and right now it is verb. Googled also, you can Googled right now, right? For example, Xerox,
Uh-huh.
it was noun, right, in the past, right? But right now it has got the position of verb also, Xerox, right? So even though that's noun or verb, it doesn't matter, but whatever is coined, that falls under open class or lexical, under lexical item, right?
Yes, sir. Thank
If
you.
you have any question, right, we can discuss, right? Please don't remain silent. And one more thing I want to inform you is that, right, in my classroom, I have been adopting 5 strategies. Number one, uh, I'm bringing our audio visual materials. Initially, I play this, and I think it can what make a foundation stone for you. One is that, right? Almost every day I'm playing video, and I think the materials over there is comprehensive. Second thing is I present myself, and I have 2 type of presentation I've used here. One is I present myself, and next day one of you are presenting. It means you are repeating the same thing. I have never given you new topic. Have I ever? Do you think so? It's not new topic.
No, no, no.
Every day, or I mean in every class, I'm repeating the same thing. For example, morpheme was taught in our last class, and she's presenting right now. It is repetition. And you can ask question in my class also, and right now also I've given you 2 opportunities, right? So remember this, my technique. And next thing is that I bring some slide, and I never conclude the, or I mean, I never finish the same topic same day. It means I again keep something for next day, and I begin from the very beginning. It means I myself is repeating the thing. That is 3rd time repetition, right? Cyclic order, in cyclical order. I think so. I think it is useful for you. If you catch me, for example, my 50% presentation is left, and today I'm going to finish, conclude the thing I have started in my next, I mean, previous class. So I present myself with video, and your friends repeat the same thing. And next class also, I repeat the same thing 3 times. I'm repeating the same thing. If you remember this, right? This is my second technique. Or you can say third also, if you include your friends. And next one is, we cannot do lots of activities in my classroom, but we have done some activities also. For example, today madam has brought something, and in my class also we are doing very short activities. We are doing, I think, right? For each and everything is very difficult. That's why I haven't brought activities for each and every item, but I have brought some activities for who's there? Is there Saral Amatya?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Asraful sir, I think you have disturbances.
Yes, sir. I request you to just repeat one question, one point from the Bhunaji's slides. That is, all the derivational morphemes are prefixes, but all the prefixes are not derivational morphemes. Could you please make it clear with more examples?
Okay, please off your audio, right? Yeah, I was saying that next thing is activity along with that, and we have short interaction after each and everything. Bhuvanaji, would you clear the concept you have brought here? Okay, this one, okay, I think so. Most important thing to consider is all prefixes in English are derivational morpheme, but all the derivational morphemes are not prefixes. Example, see give example, you can see here, right? Bhuvana madam, would you say something yourself? I think your mic, your mic is off. Please unmute your mic and then start.
Sorry, sir. Okay, sir. Actually, I found it interesting, and also I have thought that it is important to learn. That's why I brought it, and I also got it in that clip. So here almost all, most of the prefixes in English are derivational morphemes. They are regarded as, I have understood this way, okay, sir? So derivational morphemes, but these derivational morphemes, all these derivational morphemes are not always prefixes. I have understood this way. So I have understood in this way. In this word, I have got two words which re, as in one word, in first word, reuse, re has been used as a morpheme here to use, it is affixed to use, so it has become reuse, and both of this use has it has its own meaning, which it has become a new word giving new meaning, use and reuse again, right? But in this next word here, revise, although there is re, it may seem like it is a prefix, but it is not, because it is coined in the same word. It is a one morpheme word, and this re is not prefix here. So although derivational morphemes or prefixes are derivational morphemes, most some derivational morphemes are not prefixes. They are used as bound items. I have understood this way, sir. Sir, please, sir, if I have made any mistake.
Is it okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you add any other examples with reuse or revise?
You
Try
can
an
see the
example.
chat box there, okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, your friends are
Oh,
chatting there.
okay, sir.
There's so
Yeah.
many example, right? Okay, I think we have almost at the point of break, and
Can I
after
stop sharing now?
yeah, okay. After 10 minutes break, we'll rejoin and
Okay, sir.
continue our discussion. Is it okay? It's already 7 past 6. I mean,
Oh, okay, sir.
yeah, we'll come back
Okay, sir.
in a few minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
George L's book.
I think we haven't.
Yes, sir.
Have you sent it?
Yeah, you can see here. It is in Moodle.
Okay.
Uh, and you can see here in my slide also is word formation. Okay, before this, again, I want to play one very short video about word formation. Okay, please, just a while, listen, huh? Okay, let me share again. Same slide.
Today, let's talk about compound words. Compound words are words formed by joining together two independent words. For example, bedroom. Here, bed is a word and room is another word. Together, they become bedroom. And the meaning, it retains the meaning of bed and room. It's a room in which there is a bed and which is used only for sleeping. Similarly, classmates, class and mates. Mates meaning friends, and class, so class is mates who have studied together in the same class becomes classmates. So in these two words, the meaning of the new word retains the meaning of both the words joined together. But sometimes it's different. The meaning of the new word will be totally different from the two words that is joined together. For example, black box. Black box is not just black and box. In fact, it's an orange box. It means it's a box that is normally you find in aeroplanes. So the meaning of black box is totally different. Similarly, dark room. Dark room is a room where photographs are developed. So that's why the meaning of the compound word is totally different from dark and room. And but keyhole, you take keyhole. It's a hole through which you put key. That is keyhole. Night dress is a dress that you wear during sleeping at night. Earring. But of course, this is not a ring, but whatever ornament you wear on your ear, it becomes earring. And lifeguard, guard and life, someone who guards life. Lifeguards are those people who are posted at beaches and other near swimming pools in order to take care of in case any accidents occur, that are lifeguards. And candlestick, and it's a stand where you put candle. So you'll find that in compound words, some words retain the meaning of the individual words, while in some words the meaning totally changes. And sunglasses, if you take sun and glasses separately and sunglasses together, it's different. Sunglasses are specs that you wear in order to protect your eyes from the sun rays. Then saucepan. It's a pan. Normally you cook and make sauce. So it's a cooking vessel. And sometimes you write these words. These words are written together, but sometimes some words are written separately. See, wine bottle, grammar book, and cassette player. Then some words you write with hyphens, like neoclassical, geopolitical, and eco-friendly. So these compound words you can write with a hyphen, separately, and together. The word cannot is normally written without a space or without a hyphen. Thank you for watching Open School English
Okay,
lessons. And
you know that we are discussing right now about compound words. Uh, you know what are or what is compound word or words? Do you have any confusion about this? compound words?
No, sir.
Earlier also I defined, is a very simple. I think right now, my first and second class, that was highly theoretical, and right now we are handling very easy subject matter. And in my last class also I talk about compound words, and today I'm going to talk about different minor types. Look at here, minor word formation types. And Rajendra ji was asking some question about this. And earlier I asked you to open this book. You can see me, right? Let's not follow everything from here. You can see compounding here, right? And let's see the slide, my own slide. Here is clipping. Where's the number one? Okay, here. Coinage. And here is another word also, word manufacturer. And last time, Bhuvana madam, she talked about Google. It is here. So this is one of the minor type of word formation. And let's see definition here in this book. If you have, it might have that coinage. Is there coinage? Coinage. Clipping is there. Compounding is there. Borrowing is there. Okay, here is coinage. Okay, please read here. In this page number 53 and 54, only one page. And tell me definition of coinage. What is it? Very simple. It's a type of word formation. 1 minute, okay? You have 1 minute time. Can anybody read loudly? This one?
Shall I read, sir?
Okay, please.
One of the least common processes of word formation in English is coinage. That is the invention of totally new terms. The most typical sources of invented trade names for commercial products that become general terms, usually without capital letters, for any version of that product. Older examples are aspirin, nylon, Vaseline, and Jeeper.
Okay, here is also.
More recent examples are granola, Kleenex, Teflon, and Xerox. It may be that there is an obscure technical origin, example, tea, tra, floor, on, for some of these invented terms, but after their first coinage, they tend to become everyday words in the language. The most
Okay, thank you,
salient
ma'am. Thank you.
contemporary. Okay, sir.
Then you know what is coinage. Can anybody share your idea?
So basically, coining something is like you invent a new word. You create a new word because you want to basically it becomes like a trending word, sir. Initially, when it's invented, it's because of some convenience that a person invents, and then it becomes widely in use. And you're inventing it. You're coining a word. Is that's what they say, isn't it, sir?
Yes. I think you don't need more explanation. You can see the word. For example, see the word we discussed earlier, Google, right? See the use over here. The most salient contemporary example of coinage is word Google. Originally, a spelling of for the word Googl is the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. That meaning is here. So when something new is introduced or new product or new thing, Nowadays, you can see the new name of babies also, right? Blending up parents' name. You can find there. So day by day, we are coining new names, new words, and that falls under coinage. Coining new term. It's very simple, right? So look at here, whatever I've written, I'm not going to read out everything. If you have any question about this, did you get the way? Is another name given in our book is word manufacturer, right? It's not a common word, right? Because these writer different, they use another term, but coinage is very common term we are using to refer this type
Yes, sir.
new word formation. Sorry?
Yes, sir, regarding my presentation earlier, can I add? I'm thinking right now is we can coin is the word for only for the open class, isn't it?
Yes, only open class, lexical term, right? And mostly noun, right? We would what add noun, and when that noun become very much popular, for example, I give you example, I can't say everything, but the common trend is that when certain noun become very popular, right, then it can become it also can get the position of verb letter. For example, googled, right? I said you earlier. And for example, xerox, there can be other words also, right? As far as I know, these two are initially coined as noun, and later it got the form of verb also, right? And commonly, right, to launch new product, new services, especially in business, right? And especially in science, as you can see, Fahrenheit also. There is example, you can see Fahrenheit, right? Bold, for example. And what next one is, you can see, right? This is the trend. And any in scientific invention and in business, right? And this type of names, this type of words, I think, right? They are coined, and to respect also, and to be different also. For example, what, for example, right? World, it is giving respect for them because they did a lot of good work, especially in that field, particular field, and that was their invention. I mean, so it is called coinage. Is there any queries? Anybody? We are only 15. And next type of word formation, remember this, we are talking about word formation. And next one is clipping. Let's see whether clipping is there or not in this one. Borrowing, blending, clipping is there. Okay. Can anybody read out this?
Sure, sir.
Okay, sir. Please go on.
So should I start, sir?
Okay, from the very beginning.
Okay, sir. The element of reduction that is noticeable in blending is even more apparent in the process described as clipping. This occurs when a word of more than one syllable is reduced to a shorter form, usually beginning in casual speech. The term gasoline is still used, but most people talk about gas using the clipped form. Other common examples are ad, that is advertisement, bra, that is the brassiere, cap, cabriolet, cando, condominium, fan, fanatic, flu, influenza, perm, permanent wave, phone, plane, pub. English speakers also like to clip each other's name, as in AL, ED, Leach, Mike, Ron, Sam, Sue, and Tom. There must be something about educational environments that encourages clipping because so many words get reduced, as in champ, exam, gym, lab, math, physics, polyscience, proof, and typo.
Okay,
A
thank you, sir.
particular type of
Okay, sir.
reduction. Oh, okay, sir.
Now we can discuss on this. What does clipping means? Can anybody define? explain about this?
Shortening of a word, sir?
Sir, shortening any word for easily communication.
Yes.
Like as we say ad, we don't say advertisement.
Yes.
Advertisement is a big word. We just minimize it with A and D, and it's a very popular form. We say always ad.
Yes. For example, you also add MD, right?
Yes, sir. That
Yes.
is, it stands for Muhammad.
Yes, and we, especially when I was unfamiliar about this, right? Why people are writing this MD? What does this mean? I was so much startled to know that letter, right?
Oh, sir.
It happens. For
Yes, sir.
example, right? Ali is there, Mike, yes, Michael, Roman, or something. You can shorten. For example, in our country also, we shorten our name, right? Proper name also. It is done. So clipping is of a type of.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
For clipping, shouldn't we use like first initial letters rather than saying MD for Muhammad, which is kind of like span few letters apart?
Yeah, there is some different thing in MD, right? There is another way of shortening, right? But this book says that is also falls under this. But there is another terminology. We'll come back to this. Okay, Rajendra sir. There's another way.
Okay.
Acronym, for example, right? Acronym is there, but clipping is somehow different. We only use some initial alphabet to represent the whole, right? Look at here, some example here about the clipping. There are different type of clipping. For example, you can see back clipping. For example, taking away the end of word as in gas, from gasoline, or clipping, right? You can see the removing the beginning word as in gator, from alligator, right? And middle clipping, right? You can see retaining the only middle of the word, right? A few different types are there, and complex clippings also, right? And you can say situation comedy as a sitcom. So it has altogether four form of clipping. But you don't need to say that there are 4 and 5 types of clipping. Only just give example and just try to define what does this mean. Clipping is shortening, is a way of shortening. There are other ways also, right? In we shorten alphabet from back, from fore, from middle are taken to represent the whole. Is it okay? But as Rajendra sir questions about that MD, right? This is different type. You can see other also. There is one definition. Refer to the shortening of same word while original meaning is retained, right? And it doesn't create lexemes with new meaning, but lexeme with a new stylistic value. You can see the microphone here, telephone, phone, right? And influencer, we talk about this. There are other advertisement, we talk about this already, this whole phone plane, etc. Proper name also can see. So can you?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, is clipping similar to abbreviations?
Yeah, we will talk about abbreviation later, right? It's slightly different. Here we use more than one, right? More than one alphabets from initial position, middle position, from back, right? Or blending that. But in abbreviation, we use only one alphabet. We'll come to the point, madam, right? So second one is clipping.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is clipping. You can see definition here. So I think you can shorten this. Can you? Examination. Clipping form is
Exam?
Exam.
exam, gymnasium,
Gym.
gym, lab,
Lab,
Lab.
math,
mathematics, right?
Math.
Memo. Photo.
Memo, right?
memo,
Memo.
photo,
So
Photo, yeah.
you know, right? Public house,
Fog. Doc.
So what do we call that? Phone?
Which one? Phone?
Public house. What is public house?
Pub, is it?
Public house is pub.
Pub?
Yes.
Eh, okay.
Okay, let's see
Telephone pole.
acronym. Right, there are so many names for this. Acronyms, initialism, alphabetism, alphabet soup. Right, so many names. And I think you don't need more explanation about acronym. Okay, can somebody read out the only first paragraph? Anybody?
Should I? Should I read?
Yes, please.
Acronyms are new words formed from the initial letters of a set of other words. These can be forms such as CD, compact disc, or VCR, video cassette recorder, where the pronunciation consists of saying each separate letter. More typically, acronyms are pronounced as new single words such as in NATO, NASA, or UNESCO. These examples have kept the capital letters, but many acronyms simply become everyday terms such as laser, light amplification of stimulated emission of radiation, radar, radio detecting and ranging, scuba, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, and ZIP, zone improvement plan code. You might even hear of a single snafu, which is reputed to have its origins in situation normal, all fouled up, though there are in some dispute about the appropriate F word in there.
Okay, thank
So
you.
should I read more?
Okay, thank you a lot. Tirtha sir, are you listening? Tirtha sir, can you hear me? Okay, he's not listening, I think. Geeta madam, are you there? Okay, she is also not there. Sanju ma'am?
Sir, should I just continue?
Okay, no, okay, no, ma'am. I'm
Yes, sir.
asking somebody else. Who is speaking?
Hello?
Okay, Sanju ma'am,
This is Sanju, sir.
can you tell us something about acronym? How new word or new words are formed in acronym?
Sir, I think it's like from name from the beginning letter, initial letter,
Yeah.
to make it shortcut.
Yeah. UNESCO, UNO, you know that, right? NATO, NATO also.
Yeah.
Very common thing, right? In science also especially, or while using the name of companies also, and some scientific invention. For example, many people, they don't know what does CD means, right? We commonly use CD, and it's very common, right? And similarly, Jeep also, PIN number, right? We use that. There's so many other, right? Even we don't know full form of it. For example, ATM is very common. And in acronym, what happens? What do? We only pick the initial alphabet from the words using that particular name or in particular invention, right? So this is the trend, I think. Okay, I think it's not difficult. See, acronym, other name initialism, alphabetism, and alphabet soup. This our course book. They have given, right, this name. So initial letter of words in a phrase are taken to replace the phrase, right? So CD, VCR, PIN, PIN, DUI, right? So many other, you can find hundreds of other example, right? So it is also another way of word formation. It's also word, acronym is also process of word formation, right? Do you have any question about this? Very aids, for example, basic, for example, there are so many other words you can see here, right? And in this,
So can you go to the book earlier, the book earlier from where the text was being read? I just want
yeah,
to ask the meaning of where it says over here that you might even hear talk of a snafu which is reputed to have its origins in situation, normal, all fouled up, though there is some dispute about the appropriate F word in there. What does that mean, sir?
So,
Fouled up, I mean, it's just a
Uh,
short form, isn't it, of the whole sentence?
language.
Chetna ma'am,
Yeah.
the F word, like slang word. Some
Oh, okay.
people use that instead of foul.
Oh, that's why. So, okay, so foul is compared to the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
okay, thank you, Rajens. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to another type of word formation. Now blending, you can see blending and that the clipping, right? Yeah, we talked earlier, right? Let's see blending in this book, how it has been defined. Blending is, I think here, compounding, borrowing, the blending. I think it's not here in this book.
So can I try
Okay,
blending?
okay, please try. It's not here.
So
Let's go.
blending basically refers to two consonants blended together, and they spell out both the letters like bl, cl, sn. When we say sn, also like snake, sn. So s and n, we hear both the letters, but it's blended together. So that's blending.
But in case of words, how do we blend?
In case of words like blends as in flaw, claw, blah, slaw, all these are two consonants blended together. They come together, but they it's like block. So blur is the blend, and both the sounds come of both the consonants like B and L, but it's blended together. Like Nepali ma we have adi letter भने जस्तै हो.
But we are
Nepali ma
talking
adi
about
letter, like in Nepali.
word formation, madam. You need to blend words to make one
Yes,
here. Two words.
yes. So it's like
For
block,
example,
block, block, but two letters are blended together to form one sound, blur.
I mean to say that, madam,
Isn't that blending, sir?
that is sound blending. I think you are talking about. We are talking about word blending and making new words out of that. Is what we call
Okay,
blending. Can anybody add anything on this?
okay.
How do we form word? I think somebody wrote message. Please give you a sound here.
So is it combining two words
Yes, combining
like notebook,
and making new
notebook,
words. For example,
notebook, note plus book?
that's compounding. This is a different thing.
Isn't that
Yeah, that's
compounding, sir?
compounding. Yeah, that's compounding.
So what is the difference between compounding and blending then?
Yes, quite
What type
confusing.
of compounding? We are talking about type of compounding here. New word formation.
So blending is a type of compounding.
Can anybody add? Please wait for a while, right? Let other also speak. Anybody?
Sir, is it like, can I,
So,
Anu here,
Yes,
can I try?
please.
Is
Who
it
is speaking,
something
sorry.
please?
like this?
Yes,
For
please.
example, Anu, yeah. For example, like spoon and fork becoming spork,
Can anybody
new
add?
word.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir,
Yes, yes, please.
this is Ari.
Yes, please.
Smoke,
Sir,
smoke,
like
smoke and
white
fog.
plus whiteboard.
I remember one word.
Yes,
Angry,
please.
hungry plus
Sir,
angry, hungry.
white plus board, like whiteboard. Like that?
So how
Hungry.
about motor and hotel makes it motel?
Yes, that is the way
Yes.
I want to look at the thing here.
So is it like fun and fantastic equals to fantastic?
Yes, yes. Blending means taking part of the two words, right, and making new. For example, you can say model, right? I think some of you are saying sex plus exploitation, sexploitation, smoke, for example, smoke plus fog, right? You can see breakfast plus lunch, brunch, right? These type of word formation, you can say, is called blending. So blends or portmanteau word as a Humpy Dumpy call them as lexemes made out of phonological parts of two and sometimes rarely more or other words. You can see the process here. See motor, hotel, right? And it's a very common word, motel, similar to pub, public house. And smoke also you can see, very common. Exactly, we haven't taken words, I mean alphabets from here, right? Something is different there. SMOK, but it has taken SMO and G, right? Money, for example, look at here. Money and energy, monergy. How many words, alphabets are similar? You can see MON. There is not fixed rule. Look at here. And MON and ERGY from the second word. You can see. In this way, right? For example, you can see television and broadcast and telecast. So this way of forming new word is called blending. Anything you want to add over here? Rajendra sir, do you want to add something? Is that explanation okay?
That's very much okay, sir. Thank you.
I think
Sir,
you have
can I
any.
add something?
Okay, ma'am. Go on, please.
It is really for fun. You know, in newspaper, especially the film news, and we see something like that. Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor. So Saif plus Kareena, it's Saifina. And then again they say Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. So they are couple actually. They were couple. So they were said like Brangelina, something like that.
Generally, the
So I
newspaper,
think it,
right?
these also are, yes, these are
Yeah.
these also example of blending.
Yeah, you can say that, right? Generally, these words are also coined by newspaper people, right? They use creative idea, right? And to make their headline attractive, they use this type of word, right? And later on, it becomes popular or common in our daily life also. And we use, and linguists also they use, but some most, whatever I have seen, the trend is that mostly newspaper people, right? They coined new words like this. So this is another way, minor way of word formation. We have discussed about types. Let's see conversion or functional shift. Is it there? Conversion, functional shift. It's not there, I think. Conversion is here. Okay. Can anybody help me to read this first paragraph only?
So may I read it?
Okay.
Chetna here.
Okay, ma'am. Please.
Okay. Conversion, a change in the function of a word, as for example, when a noun comes to be used as a verb without any reduction, is generally known as conversion. Other labels for this very common process are category change and functional shift. A number of nouns such as bottle, butter, chair, and vacation have come to be used through conversion as verbs. We bottled the home brew last night. Have you buttered the toast? Someone has to chair the meeting. They are vacationing in Florida. These conversions are readily accepted, but some examples, such as the noun impact being used as a verb, seem to impact some people's sensibilities rather negatively. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Did you get the way of new word formation here? Did you note two words? Look at here, two uh, your phrases, category change and functional shift. I think these two words help you to understand the word conversion. Conversion means here, what conversion? What we converge here? Category. What does category mean? Can you guess? Anybody?
Word class.
Word class.
Yes, definitely. You're right. Here, for example, most commonly, as I said earlier also, common trend is that originally many new open class words are coined from noun class, right? Noun category. And noun gradually, right? It is a trend, right? It's not always true, but most commonly, whatever we can observe is that noun gradually occupies the place of verb. You can see water also, you can see bottle also, butter also, chair also, right? These are nouns. And according to the history, you can say, right? A diachronic study of language, diachronic linguistic, you can say, we see that it has later got the position of verb, and new verb was into, for example, as I said, in coining also, earlier I said, Google was noun. As a noun, Google was introduced, and Xerox also was the same. As noun, it was introduced, and later these were, they got the position of verb. If it happens in introducing new word or words, it is called conversion, right? Let's see my slide also. I have written something here. So see, a change in function of a word, as for example, when a noun comes to be used as a verb without any reduction, is generally known as conversion. So you can use this one and see the example as given in that book: bottle, butter, chair, and vacation as a verb letter. It got the position of verb. They got the position of verb letter, I mean. And another case can be vice versa also, right? It doesn't mean that only noun should be verb. Verb can be noun also, right? And many other things, right? But simply our concept, whatever you need to know is, in conversion, you can see the name: conversion, category change, and functional shift. These are the name or terms used to refer the same thing, that is conversion. And here, category changing is must, or functional shift is must. So in this way, we use, for example, you can see verb becoming noun. We discuss about this, and phrasal verb also. See here, noun also, pin out or take over. You can see, and verb combination, and so many other things that you can see the example here. So did you get the point here? What happens in conversion, or how new words are formed under conversion? Anybody in confusion you have? And what I feel is that some of you are not listening, and that can be the point for difficulties. Anybody, do you have any question here? Krishna ji, are you listening?
No questions, sir.
Krishna Datta, are you listening? I think some of you are not listening at all. It happens in virtual class, right?
So we are listening.
Yes, we are listening, sir.
Yeah, you are listening. How many of you are listening?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Can you on your mic?
Sir, I'm also listening. Yes, sir, I'm listening.
Listening, sir.
Yeah, me
Yes,
too.
sir, I am
Sir,
also.
I'm
Okay,
listening.
okay.
I'm on my way home actually, but I'm listening.
Okay. Because I want to see how many of you are listening. So that's the thing, right? Okay. Let me summarize the thing, right? I'm not going to start new lesson, new topic, because we are having vacation just after this class. That's why I talk about in this slide, right? I talk about compounding. Compounding means word formation. I asked you earlier also to note down some points, right? How words are formed. One is inflection. Next one is derivation. These are two ways of word formation. And then we headed toward compounding. Compoundings means two words are joined together naturally also and using a hyphen also. That is another way of word formation. Don't be worried about the thing we discuss under this, but simply whatever you need to know is how do we form new word in compounding? What does compounding mean? That is our question, right? And the next one is minor types of word formation, right? In this, we talk about 6 types of word formation. Okay? The first one is we coin new terms, especially business person, business house, or scientist. They coin new terms. That is one way of getting new formation. But I haven't used here borrowing also. There is borrowing also. There are many other, right? I have only used the term used in our course book. There are many other. As I said, I haven't used borrowing. Borrowing is one of the best way of introducing new term. So coin is, and next one is clipping. Clipping from the beginning, from the back, from the middle, or in between that. We can make new terms clipping. In clipping, we use more than one alphabet, right? And next one is acronym. We only use one alphabet from one word, and we form new words out of that word or words. This is the third type of minor ways of word formation, right? And similarly, blending. In blending, what happens? Generally, newspaper people, as I said here, and we make rhythmic word here, attractive word here, making some sort of phonological change also. So some parts of some sound from the first and some sound from the next part, they are blended, and new words or new word is or are found. Blending is a very common. And conversion, there are 6 types as I said. In conversion, common words are picked up and word classes are changed here. Mostly noun into verb and verb into noun. So here again I'm summarizing. Bhuvana madam talk about morphology. These things come under morphology, and this is the end of morphology right now. Now we are heading toward verbs, right? Other word class. That is also verb also comes under morphology, by the way. But generally, we finish the process of word formation using inflection morphology. We form new words, and using derivational morphology, we form words. Third one is compounding also. Through compounding, we form words, and using these minor 6 types also, we form new words in English. And as I said earlier, under these minor types, there are more than 6. There are other types also, but I have only selected whatever is given in our prescribed book, right? As I said, borrowing and so many other. I have left this. Or if you want to know more about this, right, you can search yourself how new words are coined, right, in particular language. So if you have any question about, yes, please, ma'am. Want to say something?
So I have a question. Now, I have a question because I think I have to make a presentation on compounds and minor word classes in the next class when we meet. So this would all go under that, right, sir?
You can pick up either of that, compounding or minor types. Only one, not all of that, because it would be too much lengthy.
Okay, and then sir, when you said when you said you taught us minor you taught us minor word classes 6 types, but then you also said that you left out borrowing. So do we touch upon borrowing or not?
Don't go beyond the syllabus, because there are hundreds of things and we cannot cover everything, right? If you want to know, I said only.
Then it makes only 5, no sir? No, then it only makes 5 as what you, because coining, clipping, acronym, blending, and conversion, isn't that so? So that makes it only 5, though we learnt about 6. Very briefly about borrowing though.
Blending is different type, acronym is
So
different
it's
type. Yeah, only 5 types, I think, right?
yes, sir. Okay, so 5 types. Yeah, okay, sir.
Only 5 types. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm that.
Okay. Is there any question? Does anybody have?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. Answer.
Uh, so I was not clear from the last. I asked the question last time. So what would be the difference between like compound word and compound verbs? So apparently there's like compound verbs as well. You kind of gave
Oh,
example of I think one verb used with another preposition. Um, are they also like compound words or a special type of compound words?
okay.
It's kind of confused.
Compound words and compound verbs, right? Compound words, that should be 1. Right? I'll show you here. I have the content, right? Uh, but there can become phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are compound verb, right? And compound words, that should be the single word verb, right? Where you can use we using hyphen or joining together. Is it okay, Rajendra sir? Okay, I have here.
Could you maybe explain it again with example?
Okay, it's okay, but I think it will make some of your friend confusing. That's why they will complain, Rajendra sir. If you sit uh, separately with me, right, it will be better. I think it's not in our course. That's why if I share this in this group, right, it will be problematic for your friend. Okay.
Yes, sir. In like a simple, like simplest term, uh, like what is difference between compound words and compound verbs? Just in simple terms.
You get a compound verbs here. Uh, as I said earlier, if one verb and preposition, for example, there can be prepositional verb, there can be phrasal verb, right? They are also what? Compound verb, right? You got me? To be compound words, that should be say single word, whether there is single word or not, right? Did you get my point?
Yes,
For
sir.
example, give up. Give up is not single word, but is compound verb. Is it okay? For
Yes, sir.
example,
But there are like compound words separated by space.
yeah, space also and compound for to be compound verb. uh, Everything will be together also. Both thing hyphen also without hyphen also that should come together. That should come together. For example, you can see over criticize here, over polish. Right? There is no hyphen. Single word. Single word means if there are two words and using as a single entity, right? Or written together or with a writing hyphen or without writing hyphen, that is compound word. Compound word verb you can say, right? But verb to be compound, there are two verbs, right? Together, or verb can be combined with other parts, and that can be compound verb, right?
Okay, so compound word, we don't necessarily need verbs to form like compound words, but for
Yes.
compound verbs, like a verb is like the what do you call the head word in that compound. Is that
Compound,
right?
yeah, compound verb, right? I think if we debate here, it will be confusing for others. I'm saying this, right? If you don't want to know, I would like to request other friend, please do not listen us. This is out of track, right? But I just want to answer your question. As I said, compound words are also compound verbs, right? All compound verbs are not compound word. Are you clear?
Could you repeat that again? You went fast there.
All compound verbs, compound words verbs can be compound verb, I mean, right? but all compound verbs are not compound word. It's very simple.
Could you give an example, sir?
That, for example, as I said, give up, right? Right? If you write two
Yes.
verbs together, there are two words. They are separate entity, but say single meaning, that can be compound verb. Compound, you know, what does compound word mean? Can you tell me the definition of compound word, Rajendraji?
Where we like, you know, like two words like coming together, or two or more, even like three words coming together to form a new word. So that's a broad
They are written
definition.
together also, right? With a hyphen generally, or without,
Yeah.
right? You know that.
So yeah, also it has to
Same
be
thing happened in
normalized
the
as
verb
well.
also,
People,
right?
yes.
Same thing happened in the verb also. Remember, just that word, your definition,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Got my
But
point?
the type, the word type would be different, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I have slides, right? If you want to know more about this, right? I can provide you. And I think this discussion, right, confusing for other, because they have elaborate. It's good, very good, right? The question is genuine also, right? Related, right? But somehow out of our topic, because we are not going to discuss about this. It would create confusion. Simply, as I said, compound words, you just have a concept of compound word, right? What happened compound word? Two words are, you can see, look at here. This slide also, blackboard, blackboard, right? Meaning will be different here, and it's written together.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see a different thing. It is different and it is different, right? And it's a single entity, right? So silkworm also, you can see different meaning. So is the case with Bob also. So, and see the stress also here. Another one is, where is the stress here? Here it will have a stress here, right? Because it's a single entity.
Yes, like single noun.
Yeah, single noun. So meaning will be different. Compound words and compound verb. It's compound word.
Okay.
It's compound word, right? It's a compound word. There can be a hyphen also, right? But this is same thing. It will have different meaning. If you just search more about this, you will. If you are still not clear, right? It's easy. It's not difficult concept. So
Yes. Thank you, sir.
yeah, I will provide this slide to you only, right? Because you are interested to know about this. And is there any question about, don't ask about question about other things, simply compound word or compounding, you can simply say, and other minor types. I think these are not difficult.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, can you please briefly explain about different process of compounding ones?
Process of compounding.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what we did last time. In compounding, what is done? What is done there? Generally, what do we do? What do we do there?
We join two words to make a new meaningful word.
Yeah, we join two words to make new words, right? And I talk about
yes.
If it doesn't, it doesn't have exactly this process is necessary, right? We don't have such type of process in compounding, but we generally, what do we do? We use some another word to make out of those words, maybe very similar and very uh, different meaningful word. I mean to say that we use productive process or lexicalization process. Make new word. These are the processes commonly involved in compounding, right? So look at here.
Okay.
What does productive means here? And what does lexicalization mean here? Right? This thing you need to know. So productive means here it has some trend of making another word in productivity. For example, we use one format, and out of that, I mean, we can make another word in this. In lexicalization, what happened? This formula doesn't work. We use different creative word out of that. We can say that. But as I said earlier, for example, there is blackboard, for example, school bus, for example, right? You can see in this way also we can
Yes.
we can join noun versus noun, for example, right? And we can form new word out of that. Generally noun from noun, and we make another word out of this. This is the process, common type of process, but exactly we can say this is the process through which we can form new word. There is no such type of process involved in this, right? So for example, one thing what we have to consider in compounding is which one is important. For example, look at here, headness. We call for that is headness.
Yes.
For example, bedroom, for example, you can see, right? At first we use bed as in one is bed is also noun, room is also noun, right? As I said, common type of word formation process in
Yes.
compounding is noun plus noun. You can see teapot, for example, right? This is another way of, right? Uh, uh, but here we have to know that which one is important. Left hand side member is important or right hand side member is important, right? Generally what happens in this formation process, right hand side member is important, and pluralization also takes place on the right hand member. But it's not always true. See, for example, your bedroom, and if you have to pluralize this one, you will write bedrooms, right? This is the thing. So
Yes.
common process is joining two members of the same class. This is the common process. We make another new word, for example, but it's not always true. You can see here, for example, windmill, right? For example, but here is blue sky blue, right? Sky blue is there, right? But the sky is noun here, and blue is color, is adjective. It is an adjective, right? But here is in noun form. Is a type of noun, sky blue. So that is the process. Generally, of same class,
Okay, sir.
generally same class words are joined together, and it is believed that commonly right hand members they are important. They are hate, and it is stress on the first one. It means if it is noun, right? Stress falls on the uh, first place of that. I haven't talked about this because I thought it would create problem, because all of you are saying it's a difficult and difficult and difficult. That's what I'm not going deeper down into it, because I skip the phonology part, because phonology is difficult for you. That's why. And I have written here rules also. As you say, talk about process, look at here. A noun, as I said, is a very common. Grand jury, for example. There's so many other, and another class, toothbrush, for example, you can see in this class. There are rules also. I'll send you this and you can download and you can see if you are interested. For example, mother-in-laws or mother-in-laws. There's some process. As I said earlier, two words of similar type of word class, they are blended, and there is no hard and fast rule, hard and fast process of forming new words. Any other question? If you have, we can discuss.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Productive process, sir. Sorry, I was muted. In your slide, I have seen that lexical means the process of adding words. Just like that productive process. Could you please clarify more on this productive process?
Productive in the sense that common general rule can work while forming new word, right? For example, from if you want to convert uh, work, work is verb, and if you want to convert into noun worker, you can add er. For example, this is productive process. Er. Always er doesn't work. For example, in cook, right, er cooker, right, will be different thing.
Okay.
Commonly, in productive process, what happens? That formula works to form new word, right? But in lexicalization, what happens? It is not rule bound. It is creative one. You can use any other ways to make a new word. So formula doesn't work at the time in lexicalization process. This is common understanding, I think.
So is this productive means adding or prefixes and suffixes, sir?
Yeah, that is similar to that. That can work in productive process.
Similar, it is not that way. I mean, it is only similar, so it is not the exact, adding.
Always, yes, yes. In linguistic, everything, right? We can't say exactly this is the thing, this is the process. It means language is not rule governed, right? There are common rule, right? There will always be exception. I'm saying. For example, I gave you example. For example, er can make from verb we can make what? Noun, adding er. Then if there is cook and if you want cooker, right? It's a different thing, right? Cooker is not human being, agent. It is still noun, right? But cook is noun, right? So as I said, for example, swimmer, in case of swimmer, you can see swim is verb and noun is swimmer. But that cooker is not like the noun swimmer. That's why I'm saying.
So, but
Yes.
even cook is a verb, no? So cook is also a verb.
What I said is that cook is now, I mean, er, yeah, what does er means here? Er, why do we use
suffix?
Make agent, right? To make agent. Am I right? I think your question, right? Whenever you ask question, right? If we debate on this thing, right? You will misunderstand. Your friend will misunderstand, right? If you want to know more about this, I'm saying that because you are not concentrating on the theme. You are concentrating on the some minor issues, and it will divert our theme, right? As I said, cook is also verb, but it doesn't matter. But what did I say? We add er to make agent. Did you get my point, right? But cooker is agent. Is that agent doer? No. That is my concern, my focus, right? And do not bring such issues because I think it's not really somehow is not about the thing, right? Theme, whatever I'm saying. I simply said that er. What does the function of er in verb? It makes agent. But cooker is not agent. That is the thing I'm asking, saying, right?
Noun.
Sorry?
Yes, it can be done, but Sir said the agent means a human being. I understood that way.
The common rule is that common rule. See the common rule, right? I mean to say, what is the function of this ER here in swimmer? Function? What does ER do? ER. You can see in work. Hello, can you hear me?
Sir, verb plus year. Yes, sir. Verb plus year means the person who
Yes,
do
that
that.
is the
The
thing I
person
want
who
to
does that. That
see.
means
Yes,
doer.
yes, but cook plus ER, is that same?
No.
Yes, please get the point there. So please don't, let's not discuss on this matter, right? It's a minor thing. I mean to say that simply, what does word formation means? How do we form word? Here, you just go through that, because if you talk about minor thing and you will be confused, what am I teaching or something else, right? So let's bring the major issue here. I'm talking about compounding, right? Simply as I said, let's not discuss any other thing. You know what does compounding mean? One, right? Give examples. That is okay. Finished. Let's not talk about any other thing, right? Under these minor types, we talk about 4-5 types. Then let's discuss about this. What does coinage means? What does acronym means? Or how words are from under the title, right? And if you talk about these minor thing, for example, headness and tailness and something like that, your concentration will be diverted and you will be confused, right? In minor types, you can discuss about clipping. What does clipping means and some example of clipping. That is enough for you, right? From next class onward, I will not bring these minor issues because you are discussing on the minor issues, and I think that is the thing, right? Which is diverting you from the main issue. And you always complain, we haven't understood, and this is the thing, right? And some people they know many things, and those who remain always silent, right? And I think they are confused. The silent peoples are confused.
Sir,
Yes.
this headness and clipping, this all are just the classification of
No.
compounding.
Headness is different thing. Headness means in compound words, in compounding there will be two words, right?
Oh,
We join two words,
yes, sir.
and again there is question, which one is important, right? That is called headness. Sometimes
Because last time
left element,
yes,
sometimes
sir.
right element, sometimes right words, let's say, right? In compounding,
Right.
what will happen? Uh, let's not discuss about headness also. Look at here. Only one. I'm entertaining one question because it's not our concern. Headness means, look at here, blackbird. Which one is important? Is it about black or it is about bird? What is it about?
It's about bird.
Blackbird means, is it about black? Is talking about black, or it is talking about, or somebody is talking about bird also, or black? Which one?
Black, sir.
Yes,
Talking about
black.
that bird is
Yes,
black, no?
Black.
that is headness. Headness means,
Uh,
which one is head? We're talking about bird, not black, right?
oh.
Let's,
So
let's not
last
discuss
time,
this about
okay, okay.
headness, right? You got the point, but it's not always true. I said that common or common agreed belief is that right hand memory is important in compounding. That is not always the case, but generally it is.
So I asked because in our previous assignment you had given us a question about compounding and its types. So I just got confused about that question,
Yes.
and I messaged you also about it so that.
Okay. And there are two types also. I think I discussed about this: endocentric and exocentric also.
Are you sharing the screen?
No, sir.
Not
No.
sharing? Okay, sorry. Let me share this. And from today onward, right, as we discussed today, I'm not going to talk about these technical matters because it will make you confused. I'll modify if there is in your assignment also. When I talk about headness, when I talk about androcentric, exocentric, right, this matter will make you confused. Our main concern is that what does compounding means? how words are formed in compounding. That is the concern. Okay, don't be diverted. And if you want to know, right, if you want to know more about this, right, you can read yourself also, and we can talk privately also. I'll provide you private time, right, and we can discuss that, because again and again I got the same complaint. This is problematic, this is difficult, right? So this terminology, look at the terminology, exocentric, endocentric. Whenever I'll start talking about this, some of you will feel difficulties. And this headness also, right? I'll omit this part from today onward. From next class, I'll simplify, even simplify, right? I won't use any jargons. So you don't have to remember many things from this, right? So did you get my concern today? Today onward, if I will talk about the verb in my next class, I will not talk about the theory. There are so many theories. I'll simply talk about types of what does verb means, types of verb, etc. only. And today also, I am going to simplify this particular slide. As I said, just remember, what does compounding means? You just remember that. And how words are formed in compounding. For example, minor types, I discuss about 5 or 6 types. Simply, you need to have idea about this. For example, clipping, acronym, right? And blending, borrowing, whatever you can bring other as well if you want. But let's not discuss about technical matter. We are supposed to simplify, and you are worried also. Because of these words, you are worried. For example, headness, endocentric, exocentric, is there. It will confuse you. Is it okay? Don't worry about it.
Yes, sir.
Make question myself, right? I'll make questions myself, and I'll evaluate myself. That's why I have right to simplify, and I got authority also today, right? We are going to review your course and these technical jargon, because you have to memorize lots of things as you don't have your background, and it is somehow complex because of this. And we will minimize, we'll try to minimize. Let's not talk about productivity and lexicalization also. If there is, I'll modify later. If you can attempt, you try to attempt, right? And these are technical terms, and it is making your presentation, your writing, your understanding somehow complex. That's why I want to skip this productivity and lexicalization also. That's why I'm not giving you thorough explanation.
Okay.
And if you have confusion about any other term or terminology we discussed in our earlier class, right? We can talk about that. Anything you want to say?
Sir, happy Dasai.
Okay, same to you.
Happy Dasai, sir.
Yes,
Dosai, sir.
difficult.
Happy Dasai.
Okay.
So
Okay, all
happy
of you,
Dasai.
I wish you happy Dasai, and you're having a wonderful weekend.
Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
wish you the same, sir.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Wish you
I
also
think
same thing, sir.
you are keeping lots of thing, right? And I think you will be busier, even busier, right, in this time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if you have any question, as I said earlier, right?
So could you please upload the book in the module, the book that you talked about, George Yule's book?
It is there. I can see.
Is it?
Okay.
No,
I
no,
I
sir.
couldn't find it.
I
No,
didn't,
sir, it is not
I
there.
didn't find it, sir.
Not
Yes,
there,
me too. I
sir.
didn't find it.
Let me show you. It is
Yes, sir.
there.
I had to download it from site.
So
Can you,
you'll also upload the presentation, right, sir, which you showed us today?
yes, I'll do this one. Don't worry.
Sure, sir.
Can you see